Hello, my name is Chantel Marshall and I'm an apprenticeship coach for Travis Perkins. Travis Perkins are the UK's biggest supplier of building materials. So whether you have a project that you're carrying out at home or whether there is a site that has won a main contract to build new houses, equally, both of you would be able to come to Travis Perkins and we would supply you with the materials that you need in order for your project to be a success. Now, under the Travis Perkins umbrella, there are various different companies. You may have heard of BSS, Keyline, Benchmarks, CCF, and a few others. All of these companies follow under the umbrella. And across the group, we offer apprenticeship programs to support our colleagues' professional and personal development. However, whether it be internal colleagues or colleagues that are looking to step into the business, we open and accept everybody to that learning and development opportunity. Now, throughout the slides today, I'm going to be discussing with you how I started with Travis Perkins, what my role is, how I enrolled and what the recruitment process was like for me, and any top tips and advice that I can give you as you're thinking of starting an apprenticeship programme. So without further ado, let's get started. So I started at Travis Perkins as one of their management apprentices about 5 years ago now. I started out applying for the apprenticeship myself, which at the time was 2 years long, and it was a level 3 diploma in management. I worked my way through the business. I became an assistant manager. Until then, I joined the apprenticeship team as the coach, of which I am now. Now, day to day, I am responsible for supporting my apprentices on the qualification that they have chosen to do that suits their individual needs. So, as a company, we offer apprenticeships from level 2 all the way up to level 7. It depends which qualification you want to do and which level that you're working at, so we can enable you to get the correct learning and development in order for you to grow as an individual and in the business. Now, my day to day, I may be attending meetings with branch managers, with directors, and with the apprentices themselves to simply ensure that they are comfortable in the programme and that they're staying up to date with the coursework that's required. I will assess their coursework and I will provide them with detailed feedback as well to ultimately ensure that they meet the standards for the qualification and that they can go through to the endpoint assessment and gain their nationally recognised qualification. The recruitment process for me when I started is a little bit different to what it is now. I actually found the apprenticeship on the third page of the recruitment website, Indeed. I completed my A levels. I got the successful grades. At the time, I didn't know I had the grades yet. And I applied for university to study psychology. But actually, during that time, I didn't know if it was psychology that I really, truly had a passion with and I wanted to study. I always worked in part-time retail and had supervisory roles. So I thought this is something I could look into under the kind of scope of management as such. So as I was looking online and I was looking for management apprenticeships, I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it was the Travis Perkins one I came across. I applied for it. It sounded a little bit too good to be true. And it wasn't until a few weeks later that they actually called me and offered me a phone interview. I then had my phone interview, which was successful. I then went on to have two others. So I had three in total. The second one was with the branch manager that the branch I was going to be working at. Following that being a success, I then had to do another interview with the branch manager and the regional director, which is basically my manager's manager, to ensure that, again, they were happy with me joining the company. For this alone and this really kind of detailed interview process that I had to go through, if anything, it really showed for me that the business was serious about making sure they're not just hiring anyone, they're hiring someone that's going to add value and that is going to be able to grow and develop. And I really felt that as I joined the company, I wasn't seen as what would be your typical apprentice. There was no making coffee, there was no making tea. I was thrown into the deep end, which, if anything, I really appreciated because it allowed me to learn quickly, and yet I still had all the necessary support I needed to be able to continue to grow. When preparing for my interview, I made sure that I researched Travis Perkins, so who they were, what they do, and the company values. It's really, really important that you research a company when applying and also before going to an interview. You will be asked about it because, if anything, they want to know, well, why have you applied for us? What makes us stand out in comparison to other companies? There are various different reasons why I think apprenticeships are great, and here are just a few. The first one is, ultimately you can earn whilst you learn, and it doesn't actually get better than that. So obviously, as I said, when I started, I applied to do a degree at university. Now, of course, degrees aren't for everyone anyway, but even if they are, you still have to pay quite a large sum of money in order to do your degree, and it will get taken away over your years when you are working. With an apprenticeship, I wasn't going to have that worry of needing to pay anything back. The company were paying me to work from them to ensure that I can develop and learn, and if anything, I'm adding value back into their business. There's different qualification levels as well within apprenticeships. So whether I say you do a level 2, which is equivalent to AS levels, whether you do a level 3, which is what I did at the time, which is equivalent to 2A levels, that's the only option that Travis Perkins did when I started. Or now we do level threes, level fours, level five, level six, level seven, all the way up to a degree level. So rather than going into university, getting in the debt, and potentially not getting a job when you come out of it at the end, you can now actually join companies like Travis Perkins. You can get your qualification, you can get the degree that your friends had in business management, and therefore you can still learn and grow and actually potentially have a job at the end as well. Another great thing about apprenticeships are the various opportunities, and me sitting here doing this recording is one. Being able to network, being able to speak to other people, being able to go to different events, regardless of what it is, there are so many opportunities that open up to you as an apprentice, as ultimately the business know and many other people know that you are there to grow and develop. You will not be kept in one space in Travis Perkins. You'll be able to go and branch out, speak to different people, do different things, anything that is going to enable you to learn and develop, and also add value back into the business. On the job experience is also key to success in the working industry. There are so many friends that I have and so many people that I've spoken to that have got their degree and they've gone to apply for a job and they've said, okay, well, what type of experience do you have? What have you done in that role? Which is obviously why companies do placement years and, you know, university do gap years, so you can ensure that you get that learning and development of on the job that you need. Doing an apprenticeship, it comes with the perks. It's just another thing that goes with it. You get your qualification, you get your on the job experience, and you get paid for it. It doesn't get much better than that. So my advice to you, if you're looking to apply for an apprenticeship, is don't be afraid to say yes. A lot of the time, it will actually help you out in the long run. Even if you don't know what to do or how to do it, say yes. There's going to be people that are going to support you, and there's going to be people as well that are going to be able to coach you to know the specific areas that you need to learn. It's good and it's okay to step outside of your comfort zone. It's likely to be a huge help in your future. If you stay in one area, then you're likely to get a little bit too comfortable and not want to branch out. Sometimes step outside of your comfort zone. You never know what's around the corner. And you know, whether you say yes or whether you step outside your comfort zone and you find that it's not for you, it's okay. Let's look at a different path and you'll be able to retract and go back. As I said, networking as well. Such a big thing. It will open doors before you know it. Being able to speak to different colleagues in the business, being able to speak to different apprenticeships across various different companies, you'll be able to learn about actually your apprenticeship and what you are learning and what you're developing on in comparison to others, and actually career opportunities and development areas of what you may want to do in the future as well. It's really important that you do what makes you happy. It's your future. Your friends may be going to college, they may be going to university, or they may be doing something completely different. Regardless, you need to do what is right for you, because they're not going to be there for you when it comes to 5, 10 years down the line and you may be paying a mortgage. You need to really think about, actually, what do I want for my future? what do I want that I think is going to benefit me and that's going to help me grow as an individual? And of course, that follows to my next point, that everyone's career path is different. Do what's right for you. Thank you so much for listening today. If you do have any questions, then you're more than welcome to get in touch with the Young Apprenticeship Ambassador Network or contact me directly on LinkedIn. As I said, my name is Chantel Marshall, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you very much.